Kendall Browles is going to become the new offensive coordinator for South Carolina. What I think this is a play to try to keep Lenor Celis for one more year. But if the NFL draft is telling you they're going to take you in the first round, that's difficult to ignore. But I think Aaron Nolan is the real play here. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. How do you feel about Kendall Browles becoming the new OC at South Carolina? I'm sure that there's a contingent of person that believes it's South Carolina. Why the hell should I care at all? South Carolina hasn't won anything. Doesn't look like winning anything anytime soon. Even as Shane Beamer continues to show up at every SEC media day and count out all of us who vote against him and his team and say that they're not very good. They were good in 2024. They were not in 2025. And a lot of that has to do with Lenor Celis and his ability to pass the football. I get it. Y'all believe that dude is tooly, and you never want to give up on a guy who shows you all the tools are there. It's can you coach him into being a great player? This is what people are hoping on Anthony Richardson and why there's so many still locked in on him being the guy eventually for the Colts. Now, with Daniel Jones going out for the season, it is what it is, but Anthony lost the locker room, lost the coaches, and then Daniel Jones turned out to be a dude that also needed some time. I still don't think he's a first-round draft pick in the way that the New York Giants did it, but given some time, he developed into a real player in this league. Is he a top 5 quarterback? Absolutely not. Is he a top 10 quarterback? Probably not, but he was good enough for the Colts, right? And it's difficult to play NFL at difficult to play quarterback at any level, let alone in the NFL, the highest level. It takes time. Even if you're good, it takes time. Take a look at Trevor Lawrence, who just won everywhere he went until he got to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Take a look at Kyler Murray, who won everywhere he went until he got to the Arizona Cardinals. Take a look at Baker Mayfield, who walked on and would take over your team, make his crib your crib. Kind of worked for Cleveland. They don't want to admit that it worked. Finally, they got a dude in Shedeur Sanders, and I think it is a fireable offense that Kevin Stefanski waited this long to start that dude. You saw what the hell he did. And now we still got people going, it's the Browns. You got people going, they're not very good. Get the hell up out of here. That boy can spin it. Get on somewhere. Get out of my face. Back to Baker. Ends up at Tampa. They are good. He's fun. It takes time. Josh Allen, that is peak. Hey, don't give up on the tools. Just they're there. We got to figure it out. Brian Dable looked at him and said, hey, look, I had Jalen Hurts last year. You know what you remind me of? Jalen Hurts. Let's see if you can't run around a little bit. Then we'll worry about throwing the football downfield. And the dude had a nuke for an arm, and once they taught him how to be comfortable throwing the football, he still could barrel over anybody in his way and has become one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the entire sport. Lenor Celis has those kinds of tools. He has a huge arm. He can bounce defenders off of him like gnats on a cow's ass, and he can run for days. I get it. It's all there. We want it to come in. It just wasn't any good this year. If he comes back, and I think he should, is he going to stay at South Carolina? He's going to hit the portal. Hits the portal. It's going to be for a lot of money. There's a lot of places he could do well, say like Auburn, running Alex Gillespie's offense. Not a bad idea. Might be a change of scenery, change of direction, but I don't expect him to transfer in conference. There's also going to be lots of suitors in the ACC for him, let alone Big Ten. He's just going to pull a big number if he decides to hit the portal January 2nd. But Aaron Noland's right there. Aaron Nolan, who I've been in on and a huge fan of since he was in high school at Langston Hughes. That boy can spin it. Now, he was going to lose out the job to Julian Sam, but there weren't a whole lot of quarterbacks that weren't going to lose the job to Julian Sam. And given what we've seen from Sam, who's probably going to finish 2nd or 3rd in the Heisman voting this year as a redshirt freshman, you could see that both Aaron Nolan and Devin Brown had the right idea. Hey, we're going to transfer out. That dude going to win the job. Okay, Devin Brown ends up to Cal, where he's backing up a true freshman who can also spin it. I think Aaron Nolan is the play here because given what Josh Hoover was able to do in Kendall Browles' offense at Texas Christian, you can see how this could be a play to take the better passer on the team as opposed to the better athlete on the team and make him the signal caller. I think that would be a shrewd move. And if Kendall Browles can get on the same page with Aaron Nolan, it could be a diabolical pairing. Now, you need dudes like Nick Harbor to catch the football because it can't just be Aaron Nolan, Rasul Faison, and parts. You're going to have to go get that dude some dudes to catch it. But I think getting Kendall Browles is a signal of what Shane Beamer's intent is for the offense to be, which to be more explosive, chew up some yards, and try to put some points on the board while they'll figure out the defensive part, because I think they wasted 2 years, man. I'm being unkind. Last year was good. But when you were able to have a Dylan Stewart and you can't do any better than what they did in 2025, I started asking a real question of what you were able to do. Now, for those of y'all that are unfamiliar with Aaron Nolan, he was committed to Ohio State, signed at Ohio State, looked like he might be the dude at Ohio State till this dude named Julian Zayin transferred in from Alabama. And that was all it took. But at Langston Hughes, that dude was a monster. We're talking about 4,000 yard passing. We're talking about 40, 50 touchdowns. And we're also talking about throwing passes to Jelani Thurman, who is playing some really great tight end for the Buckeyes even right now. I don't think he's going to hit the portal because he ain't the type, but you get what I'm saying here. It's if you know how to spin it and you are accurate with your passes, there's no reason for you not to be able to play at the collegiate level. And Aaron Nolan is as good as they come. It was really intense to get to understand what this left-handed dude was all about, because the similarities he was drawn were Tua Tagovailoa. I'm like, nah, y'all are not thinking right about this dude. He's better than Tua Tagovailoa. And when he committed in 2023, I had him on the channel to talk a little bit about it, and he really had a lot to say about why he loved Ohio State. And it was Jelani Thurman that really got him over there. But in high school, we're talking about a dude who was every bit of as good as you thought. Like he played as a true freshman. I think he started as a true freshman, and it wasn't eye-popping numbers, but it was good for a ninth grader. 62% passing, 3,800 yards, something like 15 touchdowns. And then we're talking about a dude who also threw for 2,500 yards as a sophomore, 34 TDs, 7 INTs, and then broke out in a huge way that year as well, because they finished, I think, 5A runner-up, like 13-2. It's not bad. And then as a junior, the bets were off. That dude was seeing it. 73% passes completed, 4,000-yard passer, 55 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. That was second only behind Trevor Lawrence, that was a single season record. It's ahead of Trevor Lawrence, who had 51, Deshaun Watson, who had 50. He was the 6A, not 5A, 6A player of the year, and was an All-American that year. If you give him time, he will do the job for you. And he's also pretty quick. Like, for a dude to do the 6'2", about 190 pounds, to having a 24-second 200 meters, makes you a pretty fast girl. Nothing to sneeze at. Haynes King was a 50-meter, 400-meter runner. I think a 22-second 200-meter runner at sprinter at Longview. But you can see where I'm going with this when I tell you that I genuinely believe that Kendall Browles and Aaron Nolan can do some great things. I think what Kendall Browles can do with Lenor Celis is a bit limited, given that they want to run the veer and shoot, given that the veer and shoot is about throwing the ball downfield, trying to get a light box to run into where you get 5 or 6 in the box, something you can block, and that you're going to have these wide splits and go fast. The offense should look a lot more like what Tennessee runs, which I think is a great direction for Shane Beamer to go with this offense. And then let your special teams do it. Like, again, they wasted Dylan Stewart. They wasted Vakari Swain. Nick Harbor ain't the wide receiver that I thought he was going to be. Maybe that boy just need to run track. You got to catch more passes than that dude has this year. Or maybe you can develop. Maybe just put him on the jugs machine. Have him running routes all off season and see what you come back with. But if you're going to have something go on, you got to have it going on now. And I think this is also, like I said, it's a statement of intent. We're going to try to score. We're going to try to go up tempo. And if Lenor Celis can do it, great. If you want to stick around, great. But I think now is the time to go with Aaron Nolan, who was named after, his airness. That's what his daddy was doing. You gonna get used to seeing that dude. And I can't say enough good things about him. I really wanted him to get a shot to play at the Power 4 level. And when he transferred to South Carolina, I was like, ooh, that's behind Lenor Celis. And at the time, I think Spencer Rattler was on his way out. So you're already going to be sitting. Now he's set. Now we'll see what it is. If they open up the job for consideration in the spring, if Lenor comes back, I have every belief that Aaron Nolan will win this in a Kendall Browles offense. Again, geared to what he does well. He's an accurate dude. He throws the ball deep downfield. He doesn't throw interceptions. That's what you want in this sport.